Let's talk now about winners and losers. Losers, well, just about anyone who bought a house in the last 5 years. The millions of Americans whose retirement savings were wiped clean, those who lost their jobs or their companies or their homes. And the list goes on. Well, it turns out in this report there's evidence that in fact Goldman Sachs was an even bigger winner than we thought. They received $2.9 billion from the American International Group, or AIG, as a payout on a trade it made after AIG was bailed out by taxpayers. But details. What does all this mean? To answer this, we go to Kingston, New York, and the director of the Trends Research Institute, Gerald Celente. Gerald, just wondering your analysis of these findings. Was it anything new, and what will actually be done?
No, it's not new. Go back to 2008. We sent out a trend alert. D.C. hijacked by Wall Street. It's the greatest heist in American history. What a surprise that Goldman Sachs got $3 billion. Who was the Treasury Secretary under Bush when the AIG deal came down? Oh, Henry Paulson. Where was he from? Gee, wasn't he the former chairman of Goldman Sachs? And look who Obama brought in now as his new chief of staff, Bill Daley, from that wonderful Daley family in Chicago. You know, that machine that's entrenched. And where did he come from? Gee, I think he was vice chairman of J.P. Morgan Chase. I mean, come on. Only an idiot, an imbecile, or an ideologue can't see the deal over here. Wall Street has hijacked Washington.
So dare I ask then, what was the point of this report?
It's a whitewash like all the rest of them. You know what's going to happen. As they say, no heads roll. You see Goldman Sachs gets fined. They get a slap on the wrist compared to their earnings. Bank of America gets fined for their dirty dealings. No heads roll. The only heads that are reserved to roll are we the people. And that's the way the deal works. The police have become nothing more than enforcers for the crime bosses. The big guys are off limits. Don't touch them. They're the white shoe boys. And they can't bust the gangs on the streets. They're too tough and wily. So who do they go after? They go after us. Look, this has been going on a long time. These commissions are nothing more than whitewashes. Who's running the commissions? The Republicans and the Democrats, the people that take the money from these stock brokerage firms, from these investment firms, but they have nice language for it. They call them campaign contributions. Could any adult say bribes and payoffs?
Gerald, I want to switch gears a little bit right now. I'm not sure to what extent you've been focusing on everything, but there's a lot going on sort of on a global scale. Japan seems to be getting kicked while it's already down. I know their credit rating was diminished. Their outlook changed from stable to negative. In your opinion, how big of a deal is this, and to what extent should Americans be paying kind of close attention to what happens there?
It's huge. And look what's going on in Europe. It hasn't been solved. Remember the Greek debt crisis? Ireland is in a depression. The UK, we just saw the numbers come out. Oh, unexpectedly, they're back in recession. You're going to see it in Belgium. You're going to see it in Italy. You're going to see it in Spain. Look what's going on in Tunisia and Egypt. We said it. It's youth of the world unite. You're seeing revolutions starting to break out. It's not only confined to the Arab nations, as the mainstream media are having us believe. You're seeing debtor nations go into default, and they cannot save the system by printing more digital money, not worth the paper it's not printed on.